Hi, Thumos, and welcome back, my friends. Hope you're having a freaking great start to your October. First week of October is always special. When the leaves start changing like this, although it is pretty hot, it still feels like summer right now. But normally, the leaves starting to change. There's a crispness in the air. When you breathe in, winter's right around the corner, and it's kind of scary, but it also feels like you're being baptized, you're being rejuvenated, new beginnings. For better or worse. Because that inside of you, that inner raccoon comes out, man. It's like not, it knows that winter's around the corner, that inner squirrel. It's time to bury some nuts. We got to plan ahead. Because we are about to go into the basement of our lives, man. In wintertime, it gets brutal. You southern guys are lucky. When I used to live in Tampa, Florida, you throw on a hoodie. And you're bitching about it being cold. Here you got to freaking, you just bundle up and you stay stoic. You're forced to be stoic, right? And that's a good metaphor for life. You don't even try to be stoic in the winter. You just gotta be fucking stoic, dude. Life makes you stoic, right? So, man, winter's coming, but we're reborn. So, down below, I want to hear your weekly prophecies. What is a weekly prophecy? Maybe we'll do this every week. What's your weekly prediction? Let's make some freaking prophecies, man. Look into the orb. What's going to happen? I think it's good. Where do we see ourselves going? What's happening in the world? I think Taylor Swift is going to come out as a lesbian. She has way too damn much sway on the young women of our generation. So she's going to be a lesbian. Or she's not going to date she's going to marry someone that's not white. All right, let's just say that. Now, she got a lot of impact, a lot of influence, persuasion over the young generation. God bless you, Taylor. God bless you. I asked this question to our group, and one of our guys, Pete, very smart individual, he said that AI is going to render the internet unusable. I asked him a little more. He said, essentially, in a couple years, we're going to look back at the internet like we used to look at airports before 9/11. That's interesting to think about. I think, listen, we got the internet right now. We take it, we just search and we do whatever we want. AI comes along, makes it unusable, puts all these security. Or maybe it's not that. Maybe it's more of like your algorithm it knows you so good that it just is able to trap you in a constant form. Maybe that's already happening, but maybe it continues. Crazy. Anyway, we must march forward. Those are my prophecies. That is my prophecy, and that is Pete's prophecy. What is your prophecy? What's going to happen? So, with the last remaining days of beautiful weather, this last month or two, man, it's imperative that we get outside of our house. It's not good for you to spend too much time alone, because oftentimes your alone time is meaningless. And that's what I mean, bro. Like, that's what I mean. I think it's good to have alone time. Like, it's good to have like some sort of, let's just call it a cigar time, right? A cigar activity. Now, you don't got to smoke a cigar, but you could do an activity that forces you to be present. That forces you to slow down, to contemplate, to perceive, to slow the hell down, to be aware of time. And I think that when you have more of this, you have more you have more meaning in your life. You can make meaning from the time instead of it going by in a blur, because so much of our time is spent in a blur. You know, I think that's what COVID revealed to a lot of people that you could spend time alone. There's no problem, dude. We can entertain ourselves. We got our cell phones, we got media, we got video games, we got our wieners, you know? Dude, I'm totally fine being alone. But is that time meaningful? Does it pass by in a freaking blur? Can I look back at, did I did I use time to make memories? Or to have new thoughts and new ideas, maybe new ambitions, maybe new visions for the future? Did I discover something with that time? So, you know, you need time with other guys, man. You definitely need time. I think a damn sad thing is a lot of guys when they meet a girl and she's giving them that constant push. It's like your bro gets addicted. And you know he gets addicted. It's a damn shame. Because he starts changing. He starts just like not hanging out as frequent. We have a funny thing. We have like a sub, like a thread, just a funny thread we created. It's called F Discord, or got a girlfriend F Discord. And whenever like we got, dude, this group has been around for years now, so we get close to guys. Like we get to know each other real quick, and a lot of us meet each other at meetups. We talk on voice chats. We just have fun. It's not all serious like some other weird groups. We have freaking fun and we live our life and we're out here hustling and doing what we need to do, but we also have fun. And sometimes we can just tell when someone gets a girlfriend. And we just say, we just link them to the channel. Got a girlfriend, F Discord. Because they just disappear. They just disappear. And it's a damn shame. Because what sharpens you up is other men, not your girl. Your girl looks to you. Women look to you. Once you sleep with a girl, she's susceptible to your influence. She looks to you to guide her, to lead her. She becomes a spitting image of you, dude. Dude, I could get my girl to worship Trump if I wanted to. Or I could get her to love Biden. But before, I've talked to girls in the past. They freaking have all these political ideologies that they don't even really know why they're supporting. But they do, and make it a part of their identity. The minute you are around them and they start to respect you, in the group we call this evangelize. Evangelize them, evangelize her. Show her the way, man. Show her what is right. Show her what is righteous. That's what we got to do, is, man, show the people what are righteous. But when you're with a girl, she's susceptible to your influence, dude. And a lot of you guys are playing a weird game because you think that just because a girl is a super leftist, feminist, it's not always worth the time. But you guys think that you need to argue with her, and she supports all this LGBTQ, CYWX, that you need to like complain and argue with her and show her, no, that's wrong. You don't do, no, dude, your actions, the way you carry yourself, what you believe, and the influence that you just freaking have after you're with her is so freaking strong. Once she respects you, once she looks up to you. So a lot of you guys need to stop arguing with your girls, and a lot of you guys need to like stop tripping just because a girl says something. Just because they say something doesn't mean they actually believe it. They just are believing what the world and the media tells them. But they get this figure, this strong, powerful figure that comes into their life, they look up to, then they believe you. So anyway, we get guys that freaking leave, they come back, and it's a damn shame because you need men to sharpen you up. You need men to keep you on that path, to keep you marching forward, keep your vision alive, keep the thumos high, and have someone to shoot the shit with. Which is another damn thing that's just a shame, is like guys don't even realize. It's like modern man has lost the ability to shoot the shit with other men, to bust balls, locker room talk. A lot of guys are so serious because they spent their whole freaking late teenage years, early 20s in self-improvement, watching these guys on YouTube that also promote being a Sigma and like not having any friends and don't talk to girls for years, and they just lose their masculinity because that is part of being a man. Like you have this testosterone and you have this charismatic energy in you that wants to talk to other people and shoot the shit and get to know people and be extroverted, right? But you're so used to, it's not just their fault. You just made choices willingly to lock yourself indoors. You built a castle, a fortress around yourself. It drives you insane. So, a lot of the guys in the group, man, we got to get together. We got to stay sharp. And so here's what I'm saying. It is fall. You don't got much time left. Get out of your house. We had Brian in our group. He said, Eli, we need to do a challenge where when you leave your house in the morning, you go to work, whatever you got to do, maybe your day off, you leave the house, and you do not come back until 9 o'clock. Let's say 8. Let's say, just say the evening, dude. Come back to your house whenever, but try to push it for a while. Come back later in the evening. And during this time, you are going to go to different places. You're going to maybe get lunch somewhere that you've never been. You're going to go eat by yourself. You're going to go to a cafe. Maybe you strike up a conversation with a girl. Maybe meet a new friend. Who knows? You go to the library. You go somewhere new on campus. You just find something to do with yourself that does not involve you being at your house and entertaining yourself at your house, which goes back to creating more meaningful experiences and moments that stick in your memory. So we're going to do that. I'm excited to do that. So figure out when you're going to do that. If you're in the group, we already started the challenge. We started today. You can do it whenever. If you're not in the group, just freaking do it. Try it, man. Let me know your experience. When you put yourself in new environments, okay, being in new environments, I'm convinced, is so freaking good for the mind. Because you, are forced to, you're just, put in a different scenario, which calls upon different faculties of your mind. You gotta maneuver in a new freaking swampland. You gotta be someone different. Right? You gotta freaking be someone different. And it teaches, that's where you grow, man. You grow in those uncertain moments. Okay? So we're developing this picture. You got to get out there. You got to have new, novel experiences with new people in uncertain territories. You're not, maybe a threat of danger, even maybe a threat of being an outcast. Completely fine. We're going to do that. But then you also need these moments of clarity. Just you. Just nature. Just God. It says in the Bible, be still and know that I am God. Step into my presence. God is there in the present. Okay? But you know where it also says God is? It says, when 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there I am. And so, the congregation of others, the friendship, the brotherhood, there God is. Their peace is, their power is. And then it's also in the present. Being still. Having time. You could walk, you could read a book, you could, I recommend taking out the earphones. Just observe, man. Be present. Give meaning to your time. Have a conversation with someone. But this is very important. I don't think we can just skip over this. It's not something we can skip over. The lack of places men can fellowship and really just shoot the shit is being taken away. It's also very tiny. The other day, me, Gabe, and Alan went down to this iWin and Rise cigar lounge. Freaking awesome time. You go in there That's like the last freaking rendezvous for men. Like, there was maybe one chick in there late at night where she came with her man, right? But, like, that is the last oorah. The freaking gathering, you know, for just men just sitting down, shooting the shit. One guy smoking his pipe. We're smoking cigars. Having a little whiskey. Just talking. You know. Thinking. Talking to random people. What a time. I was watching this documentary about Arnold. You guys should check this out too, by the way. It's on Netflix. Arnold had this thing when he was in office. He put up a tent in the middle of the courtyard. And he would talk about his laws and discuss policies with the people over a cigar inside of the tent. Like inside of the freaking tent. Where everyone could see. He'd welcome in, offer a cigar. How you doing? Sit down, talk. That's awesome. He was one of them. He wasn't just up in his ivory tower. He came down, conversed with the men, conversed with the people. I think that's very fascinating. Speaking of Arnold, I know someone's going to say, dude, Arnold said, F your freedom. How can you even admire him? People are way too quick to just write someone off because they messed up. Okay? Who gives a shit? I admire Arnold. Always have. Lived an extraordinary life. There's not many men that have done what he's done, so it's worth taking a look. This guy goes from bodybuilder, world-renowned bodybuilder, one of the most famous movie stars in his time, to freaking governor of California. That's insane. That's just insane. And when you hear Arnold talk, one thing that he says is you gotta have vision. And I've heard this freaking talk, I'm sure you guys have too. I had vision. I wanted big biceps, and I did barbell curls, and I slapped them on like a sculptor. I could see it in my mind's eye. He said I wanted to leave Austria, come to America. I wanted to be like Reg Park. I could see it. And then once I became Mr. Universe, I want to become Mr. I became that. I could see it. And I could see after this. I always could see I want to be the movie star. And then after that, what's next? And I could see I want to be the governor, And he always talking about seeing, this vision. To be blessed with this vision. Holy smokes, dude. That's incredible. Because it's hard to have vision. People, a lot of youngers, I think, get maybe a bit deceived. They think they need a purpose. One of the things is, how do I find my purpose in life? Your purpose isn't to find purpose. Okay, you don't need this overarching thing like that you're supposed to discover when you're 17 that you just have to do. Few are blessed with that clarity of vision. Your purpose is to get up and do the work of a man, to find a way to become stronger than you are now, to improve your situation. You move forward, and that purpose begins to develop. You learn, you take in, you become better, you become stronger. That's like your purpose. You got to feed yourself. That's your purpose, dude. Nature don't care about your purpose. Our purpose is to fight against the elements in nature, because you're dying, and you will die if you don't have shelter. You will die if you don't have food. You will die if you don't have good people on your side. And you will definitely die if those people are snakes. And there's someone in that group, like Judas, that's going to sell you out, dude. So you need to become savvy. You need to become wise. And that takes wisdom. That takes experience and learning. That's your purpose. Right? Nature gives you a purpose. Survive. And if you're surviving, you're winning. Then you've become what Nietzsche would have called the Ubermensch. You're becoming. You're not just this. Dude. How many people have died? You've survived, right? You're winning the race. And you know what's damn awesome thing to think of is that you got an advantage. I'm telling you, you have an advantage, dude. It's not even fair how much of an advantage you have. You got a phone, you got internet right now. Huge fucking advantage. This is some gratitude freaking, party. Be grateful for your internet, dude. There's some kids in Africa that are starving. No, you got a freaking advantage. I can guarantee you probably got bigger biceps than most people. And if you don't, then you're skinny and you need to freaking eat. Okay? You got a well-built body. A lot of you guys work. I've seen you in the group. We got Friday check-ins. I see you. A lot of you guys are built fine. If you're not where you want to be, that's what the freaking accountability is for. Lose the weight or gain the weight. But a lot of you guys got unfair advantage. You're freaking handsome. You can speak. You ain't retarded. On a real note, you're probably not retarded. And you got an unfair advantage. You got hunger, you got ambition, you got thumos. So let's just go back and we'll wrap it up here. But Arnold comes in with this vision. He speaks so highly of it. And I think that if you can get an inkling of vision, naturally as you begin to flesh out that point, it'll open up into greater. And through this, you'll discover what some call purpose. LeBron James found his purpose in playing basketball. He found that he could be good at this. He practiced, just like MJ. And they became something. They found that early on, dude. And they had all the serendipity to find the right coach and the right leadership to push them, and the mentors, And we're not all that lucky, but that's okay. We can still have vision. You begin to flesh this out. Sometimes you just need more resources, man. Sometimes you don't have enough resources to do anything else but care about the food you're going to put on your table. I've been there. I've been there freaking times where I had to work 3 jobs. I was down in the dumps, didn't know what the fuck I was going to do, man. I had to put food on the table. That's the purpose of the day. Show up to work. Be the best I can be. Freaking get some extra, be a good person to these people come to my bar. Like be more than a bartender. Be a psychologist. Be more than a freaking salesman selling metal, on 4 wheels. Be someone better. Evangelize. Give these people hope. You're not just buying a car, you're buying an experience, man. But you're getting older. Let this be a part of your legacy. What else are you gonna do, man? Do your freaking job. Put some effort in. And so I think that when you start to develop the vision, good. Keep going forward, okay? Keep going forward. But don't use a lack of purpose to not do anything. You got to put food on the table, and winter's coming. So put that little raccoon spirit, let that raccoon spirit just thriving around, digging in the trash. Sometimes you got to dig in the trash, and filth it shall be found. That's where you discover the gold underneath all the muck. So freaking tear away, you little raccoon. Dude, I'm pumped. You guys see the vision. He believed he could see it. He went back to it. There's a book, Psycho Cybernetics, that talks about this, But man, Arnold. What a beast. What a beast. Pumping Iron's a great film if you haven't watched already. I love in that whenever I'm doing jiu-jitsu or anything really. Jesus, that's a giant wasp. There is a scene where Lou Ferrigno. This wasp is so freaking big. I wish you could see it. But I don't think it's going to bother me. But it's right there. You want to smoke? So this is, there's a scene and freaking Lou Ferrigno's in there. And he's trained. He's like, I got him, Arnold, I got to beat him. I got to fucking beat him. I'm going to beat him. And he doesn't say it. He says, I want to beat him. Just like that. I will never forget that, bro. Every time I lose, every time someone taps me out, that same voice plays through my mind. I want to beat him. You got to have that spirit, You gotta have that freaking spirit. But anyway, man, this thing ain't playing. It's literally on my phone. I'm gonna end this video, man. We gotta end this video. It's trying to freaking. Dude, get off of my. I can't even hit the pause button, dude. There it goes. And Arnold's in there with his boys. Not a headphone in sight, dude. Not a freaking headphone in sight. Pump and I are laughing. That was the third space for the men. And then they would go to the beach and they would eat together. They were hanging out. And he always had a strong group of men in his life. Man, there's a lot to think about. Let's bring back the third space. Let's have moments of clarity and solitude. We're not just amusing ourselves to death and doing fun things just to waste time. We also need fun moments in life. A lot of you guys are too stuck up. You're too worried about managing time. You're too worried about being perfect, following the perfect routine, being disciplined all the time. That's boring. That ain't gonna help you, dude. You need to get out there. You need to be a man. You need to live. You need to be invigorated by the spirit of life. Thumos, dude. Too much trying to micromanage, too much rationalization, trying to reason everything and be perfect all the time. It's going to kill your spirit. It's going to kill your desire to live and kill, ultimately, vision. Once you figure out your vision, you can be disciplined going forward with your vision and your mission. But, like, dude, sometimes you got to have fun. All right? Guys, if you made this far, God bless you, man. Hope you have a freaking amazing start to October. If you haven't joined us yet, this is one of our biggest challenges coming up in the group. Come talk with me. Talk with the men. Let's have a great time. Be blessed, and I'll see you soon. Hi, Thumos.